Good evening and welcome back to GNR Discussions. So today there's a hot topic going on. Warner Brothers is pushing to reinvent Superman as a black man. Not just a black Kryptonian though, they want to use the actual character called El and reboot him as a black man. And so there's a lot of mixed feelings about this. Even within our group, we have some mixed feelings about that. Tonight, we're going to just take a step and tell you what we think about this. Should there be a black Superman? Russ, you want to kick it off?
Yes, and thank you. I appreciate it. Now, well, for me, it's really simple. It all starts with Black Panther. We don't not necessarily need, to see Superman be black, or was it Kal-El, excuse me. I'm looking, and my straight interest is, we were so hurt with the passing of Chadwick Boseman that nobody even really wants to try to have him be replaced. You can't replace the man, but the character Black Panther, again, as we had discussed our prior conversations, has moved on. And pardon me, the character must move on. You still have to have a Black Panther. Looking at it and really in totality, I was looking up the franchise when it came down to Superman. Superman, the whole franchise, starting from the movie in '78, I believe it is, to current, had grossed only, it was 1.97 billion. Black Panther total gross was 1.3 billion. That's just from one movie. There's nothing, if you make the character, or they decide to, Warner Brothers does, that's okay, whatever. You make them black. Well, what's going to matter? Said this before, the green. And that's what it's going to come down to. Now, if it's just for show, I don't know necessarily. I mean, good for them if they want to have a push that way. And it's not that I'm totally against it, but I don't think it's necessary. The black superhero, or we have seen, has grossed the most money. And it only took one movie to do that, as opposed to decades of another film of Superman being done. So that's really I wouldn't even be interested. I'm really more in who's going to possibly play in Black Panther, or be, T'Challa in the next Black Panther.
I feel you on that. And you're right. It all comes down to dollars and cents, and so, to be honest, that is a good way to look at it. Are they really doing this for the right reasons, or are they doing this to line people's pockets? Nabor, what's your thoughts on this?
Okay, so I'm going to speak on what Steph said. I think that definitely is always going to be a money grab. That's always important. But I think with them, they're trying to do something to rival Marvel. Remember, Marvel has Miles Morales playing Spider-Man, Hispanic origin. So it's a diversity card they try and push. And right now, diversity is hot. It's a hot thing, showing a level of diversity. You're trying to bring in you're basically trying to expand your audience, expand your reach. So you're taking these characters that have been historically white, and you're saying, okay, well, let's change it up. Let's have them be, a woman, be a person of color. But, certain things work, certain things don't work. So let me start my presentation about what I feel about this Black Superman idea from DC and Warner Brothers. Okay, so should there be a Black Superman? My man Al Bundy says, no, ma'am. Okay, that's how I feel, no, ma'am. Okay, so before I go into the reasons why, let's give a little brief history about Superman. So Superman's origins can be traced back to Nazi Germany. The word Superman is derivative of Übermensch, an enhanced human being with no flaws, the ultimate Aryan and superior to other races. During the Second World War, DC and Marvel Comics adopted this concept with the birth of Superman and Captain America, respectively. But there's been plenty of Superman-type characters in different comic books, such as, let me keep going. Give me 1 second, gotta move this around.
Visuals, right?
Visuals, yep. Right. So this is what I'm talking about right here. And
Right
then you can see the propaganda posters right here with Superman and Captain America.
Right.
Okay. So, like I said, but there have been plain Superman type characters in different comic books, such as Homelander, Omni-Man, Mr. Incredible, and the Utopian. I'll go back. So in 1992, when Superman died in the self-titled comic book series, there were new Superman type characters, most notably, dun, 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 Steel.
Mm-hmm. Steel.
I see the Reaper.
So Steel, John Henry Irons, is an African-American engineer who made an iron suit endowed with the powers of Superman. In 1997, DC Warner Brothers made a Steel movie starring Shaq, which was god awful. As you can see, the Grim Reaper on top of the picture.
Yes.
Don't have Shaq and don't have LeBron starring movie.
Exactly. Don't have him starring movie. You know, LeBron's in Space Jam. I think that suits him.
That's it. That's the level.
That's fine. But
have him star as basketball players.
Exactly. Basketball movies is where he's suited. Okay. So, what I think is, if they're really serious about trying to be more inclusive, they need to do a reboot of this movie.
Really?
You know, I mean, yeah, here you go, right here, the writings on the wall. Do reboot of Steel, okay?
Right.
And if it's not Steel, then maybe do Bronze Tiger.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Bronze Tiger is part of the Legion of Assassins. Okay, he's an anti-hero, someone like a Deadpool of Marvel.
Yeah.
You know? And you see Disney Plus, they have Loki now. You know, Marvel. So he will fit into that character. He'd be a merc with a code. You know, he despises criminals. He despises people that are dishonest. Martial arts. He already appeared in Arrow for WB, and he was in an anime movie already. 2 anime movies: Suicide Squad 2 for DC, Warner Bros. DC, and this other movie with Batman. I believe it's called Enter the Dragon. You know, so he's an established DC superhero. Well, no, anti-hero. Which would work. Okay, develop these characters, and besides him, there's plenty of African-American superheroes they can choose from, and say, you know what, let's develop these characters. Let's have a series with them. Yeah. And then entice me. I mean, right now, the WB has what they have, Black Lightning.
Black Lightning.
Right, Black Lightning right now. So if you have Black Lightning, which is successful, why not develop another African-American superhero, anti-hero, and keep it moving? Why not
take Black Lightning to the big screen?
Exactly. So I don't get their reasoning. You know, I'm not there, but I can tell you right now, it doesn't make sense to me. You have other phenomenal characters, develop them. So basically, that's my argument. Use what you have already in a catalog. Stop trying to reinvent the wheel to try and impress people, and try to do a diversity grab.
I agree. And so it's kind of funny that we kind of did it in this sequence, because Russ talked about, you know, the money grab. And Boar, you talked about the fact that there's other Black superheroes and anti-heroes that could be used as opposed to changing this story. You know, to kind of expand on that, I mean, what's next? Are we gonna have a white T'Challa? I mean, it's diversity, right? We got to be diverse, so we got to change T'Challa's whole backstory. So we got to change Kal-El's whole backstory in order for this to work.
Right.
And so, what really, the reason why I say it doesn't need to happen is, again, no one asked for this.
No.
And so when you give something in an attempt to be kind-hearted, but really you're being underhandedly crooked about it, it's called patronizing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you're gonna, to ignore this multitude of Black superheroes that exist and say, well, here, we're gonna give you this here, Superman, Kal-El, we give you Kal-El. But that's not what we asked for. Nobody said to change Kal-El. You know, this is the solution. And who's, like I said, who is this benefiting? Because all it's doing now is setting the precedent that when, 10 years down the line, things seem a little bit more racially balanced out, this is how it's going to happen. Everything's going to calm down a little bit. And it's going to say, well, we had a Black Kal-El. We can have a white T'Challa. And then that's going to be the White Panther. Then it's going to change the whole narrative of who Black Panther was.
Right.
Nobody's asking to change the narrative of Superman.
No.
Nobody's asking to change the narrative of Kal-El in particular. It can be a I mean, Kryptonians are aliens. Who's to say that they're black or white? So you can have a darker skinned Kryptonian crash land. As you know, if you want to kind of go there, we can talk about Icon, the alien that crash landed, back in slave times and was a slave, and so he had to develop his powers, but he basically is on the same level as Superman. So are you just doing it for the money that you expect to draw in from black audiences? Like you saw what happened with Black Panther, the people that just went and watched this movie over and over. The story of Kal-El is already set. Unless he's going to grow up in Compton instead of Kansas, it's what I mean. And then again,
he'll
what
be
are we
super.
talking about? Are we talking about Kal-El? You mean the boy down from Kansas? There, what are you talking about? So I just think it is really patronizing that Warner Bros. Even introduced this. It's almost, like I said, uber diverse. It's unnecessary.
Listen, man, you hit everything on a point. Both
Definitely,
it is not necessary.
Not necessary.
It's not no petition given out. We don't care.
No.
We okay with Superman being white.
Nobody has.
Just let's. We have other black superheroes, anti-heroes.
Right.
Let's see more of them on this.
Why can't they be in the movie with Superman?
Yeah,
there you go.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Henry Cavill is probably the best Superman I've seen since Christopher Reeve. So
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree.
Who was behind replacing him? What did he do to piss somebody off? If they said we're gonna get a black Superman, you out of here.
Like it was that bad, huh? He must have did something.
I just discovered what the real problem is. Henry Cavill to piss somebody off in Warner Brothers to the point where they get a black actor to replace him.
A black Superman. It was that bad.
He just pissed somebody off. I don't know what he did. He thought he was a real Superman. But
hey,
anyway,
it's what Steph said earlier and what you said. They saw the kind of money Black Panther made.
Yeah.
And they
That's what it is.
Let's just make a black Superman and see, African American community will come out, and wearing maybe S on their chest and different patterns, and,
right.
And patronize his product. But at the end of the day, it's a turn off. Most of us, we know better. We know what's going on. And listen, make a Green Lantern John Stewart movie.
Thank you.
That a Bronze Tiger.
Let me tell you what happened with Kal-El. As soon as he become black, the next movie gonna be the death of Superman. So let's let Kal-El live. That's all I'm saying. Let Kal-El live.
But you know what? It could be possible. I like that idea. You said if you put him in Compton, he'd be super banging. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that. It's not red. He wears the red and the blue. So you know what I'm saying? Look, bros gonna be like, hey man, we can't kill him. Where we get kryptonite? They don't know where to go get kryptonite. Oh, they know where Krypton is. How they gonna get here? Yeah. So, that might, I don't know. Just saying.
Hey, but hey, this is just our thoughts on it. We don't control Warner Brothers. Like I said, I'm sorry, Henry Cavill. You done messed up somebody's money. They paid you. But Death of Superman is the second to next movie. And this is GNR. I'm Glenn.
Yeah.
Along with
and your man Russell.
We thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Make sure you click the like button on this and subscribe if you like this, and hit the notification button so we can keep you posted when we put out new content. Thank you.